Please stand with us in the singing of the first stanza of James Weldon Johnson. Lift every voice and sing. Also known as the African American National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us resound loud as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. He said one.
Now, fourth grade will present the ABC of African American history.
Take a moment to listen and see our truth of Black history A to Z. A. Africa is where the first people were born. It has many resources from diamonds to corn.
B. Booker T. Washington pushed for hard work. He said become a builder, a farmer, and clerk.
C. Carter G. Woodson was one of the first scholars to study African American history. He was the founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. Woodson has been cited as the father of Black history.
D. Dred Scott was a slave and fought to be free, but the Supreme Court said he was property. E. Ernest just studied science and math. He worked to develop a new cell path. L. Fannie Lou Hamer acted both her political activities kept us afloat. G. Garrett Martin invented the traffic light for accident safety by day and night. H. Harriet Tubman helped slaves become free. The Underground Railroads helped them flee. I. Ira Aldridge kid through and inspired. He acted in plays with passion and fire. J. Jackie Robinson played baseball at East. He was the first Black player to play in the major leagues. K. Kwesi Mfume fought for unity and led the NAACP for unity.
L. Leota played golf in style and grace in many matches. He was the first baseman.
Martin Luther King wanted us to be free. And Martin Luther King, he dreamed that God people live in harmony. And Nelson Mandela spent decades in jail, and his strength and courage helped Africans prevail. Oh, Oprah Winfrey is best known for her multi-award-winning talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show. She makes us feel happy from head to toe. Cole Robinson, talented and mystic. He played sports, practiced law, could act and sing.
Q. Prima was an African-American civil rights leader who fought for equal rights in our nation.
R. Reginald Lewis led business with flair. He also became the first Black billionaire. Stevie Wonder makes music while blind. He tours the whole world and sings to mankind. T. Thurgood Marshall was a lawyer and judge. We honor him together because he did not budge. U. Umbrella stands were invented by William Clark. Many can't answer, but he's the star. V. Voting was illegal and it cost the blues. Now blacks can vote for whomever they choose. W. Wilbur
as a child in the past, but she won 3 gold medals because she was fast.
X. X was the last name of Malcolm the leader. He always had books because he was a reader.
Y. Young people have always held a special role to help our country make important goals.
Z. Zerna Hurston wrote stories of love. Her talent was truly from heaven above. The end.
You will now hear from Charlotte Wilson, who will give a tribute to the late Nelson Mandela. December 5th, 2013, our nation lost a great leader of our time, Nelson Mandela. He was a Civil War leader, a teacher, and South Africa's first black president. He died at the age of 95. Nelson Mandela said a lot of wise things, and one of the things he said was, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We're born to make them manifest the glory of God that's within us. And not just some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we liberate it from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others." Aida is an operatic love story set during a time when Ethiopia was at war with Egypt. In this story, Aida, an Ethiopian princess, is captured and enslaved by the Egyptians. An Egyptian military commander, Rodney, shows between his love for Aida and his loyalty to the pharaoh. To complicate the story further, the pharaoh's daughter, Empress, is in love with Rodney, although he does not return her feelings. You are about to view a dramatization of our version of Aida. Sit back and enjoy this magnificent tale. Long ago, in a land called Ethiopia, there lived a princess named Aida. She was brave, adventurous, yet graceful, kind, and loving. In the kingdom of her father, the great King Amenemhat, beloved to dearly, it was not as peaceful as it seemed. Ethiopia was at war with Egypt. Both of the countries wanted power, capturing and killing to get it. To keep his country safe, King Amenemhat made boundaries at the border of the country, keeping anyone from leaving or entering. But Aida, she was young and hated being trapped. So one morning, she left by deciding herself. Enjoying the freedom and warm sun rays hitting her cheeks, she went farther than she should have. Her friends called, telling her to return, but it was too late. Egypt's soldiers had invaded and were coming towards her. Aida was captured and become a slave of the princess of Egypt, Amor. Aida had become Amor's closest companion. But with all her special privileges, she still missed home. There was one beautiful thing that gave her hope. He was Radamés, the handsome young captain of Egypt who had fallen in love with Aida the moment he saw her. She too felt the same. They met often in secret by the temple of Isis. Radamés often confessed that when they would return from war, Aida would be his queen and the country would be united. One day, when Radamés was in deep thought, Princess Amor stepped in the room. She loved him dear, but she knew he loved another. A messenger ran in telling Radamés that the Ethiopians had invaded. The court grew loud. Then the pharaoh proclaimed that Radamés was leading into the war. Death to the Ethiopians, he yelled. Aida could do torn. So she prayed to the gods, asking for forgiveness. When Egypt returned, they returned with victory and capture. Aida's father being one. She ran to him. Then the crowd shocked. Then King Amoroso whispered to Aida and said, "Do not betray that I am king." Then to Pharaoh, "I am Aida's father." Aida joined the Ethiopians and said, "Let them go free," speaking to Radames and the Pharaoh. Radames was let free, but the Ethiopians had to stay. The Ethiopians were let free. King Amoroso had to stay. Then the Pharaoh proclaimed that Radames must marry Princess Amorous, joining their hands. Radames was devastated. Afterward, Amorous was brought to the temple to bless her wedding, as Radames secretly sent a message to Aida. She was waiting for him nearby as she heard someone approaching. It was yet her father. He told her that his plan would bring Aida and Radames back to Ethiopia. But to get it to work, Aida had to get Radames to reveal the secret path. She refused, and here King Amoroso forced her to their knees, saying, "You are no longer his daughter, nothing but a lowly slave of Egypt." Aida refused and said, "You are wrong. I am the princess of Ethiopia. I have never forgotten my royal blood." She agreed. Hearing this, King Amoroso hid in the bushes. When Radames came, Aida began. As he confessed all his feelings, Aida persuaded him. He was finally convinced. The gorgeous of Napata repeated as King Amoroso jumped out of the bushes. Radames, King Amoroso, and Aida were there when a voice rang out, "Traitor, traitor!" It was Princess Amorous and the high priest who had overheard the plan. "Go quickly," Radames told Aida her father. Radames was taken as a prisoner. She begged for him to let it go, though she knew he still loved Aida, and she had gotten away and her father dead. When Princess Amorous went to Radames, making a deal, he rested, saying, "You are the princess of my beloved country, and can have anything you want, but I will forever love Aida." Alone, Radames was locked in the deepest vault. Alone, he thought of Aida, waiting for death to call him. He would never see her again. Then suddenly, he heard Aida's voice. He thought he was hearing things. But when Aida escaped, she hid in the vault waiting for him. He began to chat about how young and too beautiful she was to die. Pushing at the vault door, Aida told him to stop by placing her arms around him with a tender kiss. "Remember, we'll never be separated. Again for eternity. We'll be together." After that, they hugged each other close. So close it felt like they would never be apart. Above the tomb, Princess Amorous prayed for forgiveness and sweet rest for her love Radames. The gods granted her wish, but now that she had hope. A peaceful death came upon the Ethiopian princess Aida and Radames, the great warrior of Egypt. Finally, they were together at last. The end.